entire family disowned me because my sister drank the punch I made at her baby shower. My sister Jenna grabbed a cup of my homemade punch, took 3 sips, and dropped to her knees screaming. Bright red blood soaked through her white maternity dress, pooling on my mother's hardwood floor. "Call 911, her husband Quillan yelled. He scooped her up, getting blood all over his shirt. He carried her to his car because the ambulance was taking too long and peeled out. My parents followed him in a panic, not even turning back to look at me. Everyone left. I stood there, the ladle still in my hand, completely frozen. 3 hours earlier, Jenna had been glowing. She was 8 months pregnant, laughing at gifts and whispering to her belly. Making the punch was my thing. It was our grandmother's recipe. I used the exact same ingredients I had used 100 times before. Jenna almost lost the baby. She spent 2 agonizing weeks in the hospital. The baby came 5 weeks early, struggling to breathe in the NICU. The doctors ran toxicology tests. They found a rare herbal compound in Jenna's system that aggressively induces severe contractions and hemorrhaging. Everyone looked at me. The police questioned me for 4 hours. They tested the leftover punch and found heavy traces of the exact same compound. But I had never heard of it or bought it because there wasn't enough evidence. No charges were pressed. But my family didn't need a courtroom. "Don't come to the house anymore," my mother said coldly on the phone. "Mom, please, I didn't do this," I begged. "My granddaughter is fighting for her life," she snapped. Click. I called my father. No answer. Jenna blocked me. Quillan told me to give her space. For 6 months, I was a ghost. I lost my job and stopped leaving my apartment. 6 months later, I drove to Jenna's house one last time. The door was unlocked, so I stepped inside. I walked past framed photos where my face had been entirely removed. I heard a noise in the kitchen. Quillan was at the counter with a blender. I stood in the hallway and watched him open a cabinet, pull out a small jar, and unscrew the lid. He tapped a dark powder into the blender, hid the jar, and poured the liquid into a glass. "Recovery smoothie, babe," he called upstairs. I stepped into the doorway. He completely froze. "What are you doing here?" I walked past him, opened the exact cabinet, and grabbed the jar. I read the label. It was the same contraction-inducing compound. "What did you put in that?" I demanded, looking at the smoothie. "Nothing. It's fruit. Get out." I lunged forward, grabbed the glass, and threw it against the kitchen wall. It shattered perfectly, pink slush exploding everywhere. Quillan grabbed my arm violently. "Jenna!" I screamed. Footsteps rushed above us. Jenna appeared on the stairs, pale and confused. "Why is she here?" "Your husband just put something in your smoothie," I yelled. "The same thing that almost killed your baby." Quillan laughed nervously. "She's lost her mind, Jen. I'm calling the police." Jenna stared at me, then at Quillan's terrified, sweating face. She walked downstairs, picked up the jar from the counter, and read the label. Her hands started violently shaking. "Quillan, what is this?" "She planted it," he stammered. "It was hidden behind your protein powder," Jenna cried. "Why do you have this?" He didn't answer. His eyes darted to the door. "Oh my God," Jenna wept. "It was him." Quillan bolted. He shoved past me and ran out the back door. An hour later, my parents arrived while the police searched for him. My mother walked up to me, eyes red and puffy. "I am so sorry," she wept. "We should have believed you. Please, you're still family." I looked at all of them. 6 months of silence, I said, my voice dead. 6 months of being treated like a murderer. You chose him over your own daughter without asking a single question. I walked past them, past Jenna sobbing, and past the shattered glass. I got in my car and drove away. My phone started buzzing before I reached the end of the street. I turned it off.